Family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. Join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of the channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. All right, let's get this episode rolling. So, welcome back, fam, to our second installment of 2A in LA's 2011 University, where I really tried to break down and educate you guys on all things 2011, particularly from a buyer's perspective. So if you saw the first episode, we talked about entry-level firearms. We covered things like the staccatos. We covered things like the Jacob Gray. We covered things like the Springfield Prodigy. And we even talked about some of the really kind of super entry level, in my opinion, some of the poser 2011s that are out there in the space. This time we're leveling up, fam. We are leveling up. We are talking about the mid-tier 2011s. And mid-tier really relative to price point, and certainly that additional level, generally speaking, is reflected in the quality of the guns as well. So these guns are kind of guns that are kind of priced $3,500 to $5,500, somewhere in that range. And I own several 2011s that kind of fit that bill. Some I've got right here with me. A couple are out getting some things done to them. But we'll talk about those too, show you those too. This is where I feel like a lot of times people ask me, where do I really feel a significant difference between a 2011 and a high-end metal frame gun, like a CZ Shadow 2 or something along those lines, right? It's at this mid-tier. Now, in my opinion, you know, staccatos and the Jacob Grays of the world, they're fine firearms, and they're better than a lot of those higher end metal guns. But at this mid tier, you really start to separate the men from the boys. And it's not just price. What causes that difference in price is a significant increase in the quality of the build. Most of these guns now are not production guns, they're custom fit guns. Most of these guns have upgraded internals. A lot of these guns have upgraded grip modules. A lot of these guns are ported or integrally compensated. So they're a lot softer shooting, a lot faster, a lot flatter. And so let's kind of talk through some of these. Now, to be fair, some of my mid-level guns have been even upgraded more and really are on par with some of the upper-level guns. But it's okay. We'll talk through this. I'm going to start off with one of my newer pistols in my collection, and that is my Legion Precision Chirac. As you see it here in all of its sexiness, this is straight out of the box. The only thing I've added to it is the SRO and that Streamlight TLR 9. This gun is one of the best value pistols out there. You've got a metal grip. The gun is ported. The slide is like butter. Super smooth. Great trigger. That should take up. Crisp clean break. Reset. So, for the value, and I'll go ahead and I'll put the price point up there and the specs on this one. For the value, this is arguably one of the best opportunities to buy a 2011 out there. It's at the lower end of this price range, but certainly the features and the build quality don't reflect that. So if you're looking for a great value proposition along with a great gun, hard to beat the Legion Precision Chirac. Now, here's the one thing that I will say about the Legion Precision Chirac. And I'll also say this is true for my Type A EG11. And I'll put a picture of that one up there as well. These are newer manufacturers in the 2011 space. These are newer models. And so there's some growing pains there. The other thing is that there is a significant break-in period. There's a difference in my Legion and Precision in terms of like how tight the thumb safety is now versus what it was when I first got it. It was very tight. There's a break-in period. Still needs to be broken in some more. I probably only got about 600, 700 rounds through it. Need to get probably to about 1,000, 1,500. The slide, way smoother now than it was when I got it, but still a break-in period. And so, you know, you should expect on some of these mid-tier guns, and my EG11 was even more so this way, on some of these mid-tier guns, especially if they're new to market, you should expect there's going to be some growing pains, going to be a break-in period, and that's something that you should consider. Now, I'll show you my Phoenix Trinity H-Tac, which has been redone by Skip's Guns, and it's just crazy. But really what Skip did is he upgraded the coating on this, and we replaced the grip module to a metal grip. Now again, I feel like if you're paying $4,000 or so for a firearm, you probably should have a metal grip. Now they do have a pro version that has an upgraded grip module on it. That's a little bit more expensive, but would still fall in this mid-tier, so I think that's great. But Phoenix Trinity has been making, you know, kind of 2011 race guns for a long time now. And so, yeah, they had it way more dialed in when they dropped the H-Tac. Was there a little break-in period? Absolutely. But the slide was butter from day one. Butter from day one. Trigger, beautiful. So, yeah, love the Phoenix Trinity H-Tac. To do a great job with the gun. I would, if I had to do it over again, I would have probably got the upgraded grip module, but it wasn't out at the time that I bought my gun, so I ended up going another route. Love what Skip Guns did to it, though. But the H-Tac is something you should be considering if you're looking in kind of that mid price point from $3,500 to $5,500. Now, I talked about staccato, and I talked to you guys about staccato kind of being a gateway 2011. A lot of people, because of staccato's popularity, a lot of people look at a staccato like a grill gun, and that's fine. But most of the staccato lineups, the C, the CS, the C2, and the P, are kind of at the lower end of that spectrum. Even the XL, to me. Where staccato really steps it up is with the staccato XC. Now, my staccato XC I had redone by Vulcan Machine Works and fam. What I'm going to need you to do is stop playing with your boy, because this gun is drop dead sexy. And what I did was, I felt this is what the staccato XC should be. The only two criticisms I have, and here's the thing I say about staccato. Staccato's been making 2011s forever. Started as STI, converted into staccato. They know what they're doing. They know how to groove a gun. When you get a staccato, there's none of this break-in period. It's just smooth. It's just buttery smooth. You know, Vulcan didn't do anything to the slide. This huge comp on the front. It's just so soft shooting, so fast. The two areas that I had issues with were the grip module, again, because I feel like if you're paying $4,000, $4,500 for a gun, you should have a metal grip module, and you should have a great trigger. And the staccato trigger is a really good trigger, don't get me wrong, really good trigger. But it's not an Atlas trigger, it's not a red dirt trigger, and so I upgraded this trigger, and fam, it's just, butter. So, again, if you're looking in that mid-tier, $3,500 to $4,500, you should definitely be considering the Staccato XC. It is firmly planted in that mix. I'll also mention a few others that should have your eye. The Watchtower Apache, which recently came out. I'll put a picture of one. I've already done the unboxing by the time this video drops, so you guys get an opportunity to see it. And if you watch that, you know that really the only real complaint I have about the Apache is the grip. These guys created a great gun, and it's a shame that they put a 3D printed grip on a, on an expensive firearm, like $3,500, $4,000 firearm. I'll put up the price up there in the specs of the Apache. But in terms of like the machining, outstanding. The coating, outstanding job. So no complaints there. It's just the grip module where I think they went way off. So mine is out getting the grip module replaced. Because I'm me, y'all. I'm me. So that's one you consider. I would also definitely consider this bad boy right here. This is my Combat Precision M5. Look, fam, I love my M5. The quality of the construction, the detail in this gun, from the grip even to the trigger. Look at that trigger, fam. See the detail of it, the ridges on the front of the trigger, to see how all of the details in the grip. I mean, they just did a fantastic, Chris Chambers does a fantastic job building a quality 2011. And again, this gun kind of falls into this mid-tier. Chris kind of specializes in custom 2011s, but the M5 is kind of his parlay into a more off-the-shelf, high-quality 2011 product. And in my opinion, he hit it out of the box with this one. And it's also ported, as you can see right there. So if I were in the market for a mid-level 2011, these are the guns I would be considering. The Phoenix Trinity H-Tac or H-Pro, the Legion Precision Chirac, the Staccato XC, Combat Precision M5, Type A EG11, and the Watchtower Apache in the various derivatives that are going to be coming out. Those are all guns that I think you should consider. All right? And again, what separates these guns from kind of those entry-level guns is a lot of these guns have upgraded grip modules. A lot of these guns have upgraded internals. A lot of these guns are ported or integrally compensated, so they're softer shooting, faster shooting. A lot of these guns have higher quality trigger jobs in them, and so this is what you're paying that additional $1,000 to $2,000 for. And if you're wondering, is there a difference? If you're wondering, is the Staccato XC that different from the Staccato P? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. It's dramatically different. It is incredibly different. And the same thing with these other guns. They just don't, those entry-level guns are fine, but they don't compare to this mid-level. Now, in our next installment, we're going to be talking about the elite of the elite of the elite. The higher end 2011s. Guns that typically range from 6,000 and up. So in that episode, we're going to be talking about the Atlas Gunworks of the world. We're going to be talking about the Terran tactical guns of the world. We're going to be talking about the Infinities of the world. And, you know, I've got my fair share of those and more on the way in that area too. So make sure you stop by and check out that episode as well. All right? That's it for this episode, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.